Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing the highly requested brow tutorial. I was hesitant to do this because I'm not the best at brows. There's been a lot of kind of hate on my brows. I never realized, I guess, in my real life, no one's ever commented on my brows. Hopefully girls that have super light hair or that are struggling to get their brows to look good, hopefully I can give you some sort of tips. But like I said, I'm learning every day myself. It's so personal anymore. People get really upset about brows. So I'm not one of those people, to each their own, but this is just what works for me. So hopefully I can help you guys out. And if you want to learn how I do my eyebrows, then please keep watching. The first thing that I do is I go in with my Clear Brow Gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I just kind of go over my brow. As you can see, I have a really kind of sparse brow. So I think it's also harder with blondes to get it smooth. It's sort of like, I compare it to extensions. If you have black hair and you put extensions in, you can't see the tracks as badly as if you have bleach blonde hair. It's just very hard to hide things. So I know there's been a lot of, I was hesitant to do my brow routine because I'm not the best. I don't have perfect brows. And I have people that hate on my brows, say they're hideous and they look like shit and whatever, and maybe they do. I do the best I can. I mean, this is what I'm working with, so obviously not much. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I do, and you don't have to do what I do. I'm not the best, again, so I just wanna make sure I say that. I'm going through with this a little bit of brow gel just to kind of get them in place and brush them up. And a lot of people were saying, why are my brows so far apart? I don't know, they just are. I mean, if you look, I actually take them in further and they're still far apart. It's just the way that my face is. So, you know, when people get really up in arms about it, all I can say is, I'm sorry, it's really not, I mean, it's my brows. It's not really that big of a deal. So I can say in my 26 years, I've never had anyone say anything about my brows until I actually started a YouTube channel. After that, I just kind of let that kind of dry down for a minute. And then the brush that I like to use is the Anastasia number 12 Brow Brush. It has a spoolie on one end and then little, like an angled liner on the other. I mix the taupe and the medium brown. I go in with mostly taupe and then I do a tiny bit of medium brown just to define that right here, the bottom area, because I have nothing there. I feel like if I make it a little bit darker, it kind of blends in with the rest of my brow. Here's my taupe. I need to get a new one actually. I go in with my brush with a little bit of taupe and wipe off the sides of it. And then I go in with my medium brown and I just dip lightly. So I barely have any product. The key to this is a little goes a long way, and just sort of build it up if you need to. Start with a little bit and build it up. I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I do and hopefully it helps you guys out. I do the bottom line first. I start here and then I kind of draw. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I sort of outline it. If I mess up on this stuff, I just take a baby wipe it off, and then just redo it. I usually do my brows right after my foundation, but for the sake of this video, I waited and, you know, obviously. I do the top. And don't worry if this isn't perfect. I go in with concealer to clean it up. So typically I do this. So I kind of have some sort of outline, and then I'm done with the medium brown. I don't go back in with that. I go strictly with the taupe because the brown was just to help me kind of give me that definition. I go in with the taupe and I start at the bottom because this is the area where I literally have no brows. I just kind of fill it in and just do like little, I guess, strokes, like real hairs, I guess. I can tell you guys that my brows are the hardest thing for me. Probably brows, liner, and lashes, which I'm sure everyone can relate to, but some days I get so frustrated, I just can't get them right. I don't know if my hair is like going wild or whatever it is, but I get very, very frustrated. I hate doing my brows, to be honest, but I look back at older pictures and I'm like, holy crap, what the hell was I thinking? I literally had like those little, as my friend Laura would say, sperm brows. Like, it's hideous. Like, what was I doing? I think I'm doing better, but hopefully I'll continue to learn, and maybe one day I'll be as good as Nikki Tutorials or Desi Perkins. So again, just kind of fill in, and I brush upwards. And then I turn my brush sideways and kind of just even that out. Okay, so that's really mostly what I do. I might want to deepen this right here just a little bit. Like I said, I feel like it's super difficult to make them look absolutely blended and perfect because I do have such light hair. The next product I go in with, I use the Anastasia, sometimes I use Sephora, Mally, there's a NYX one, just the really skinny eyebrow pencils. Honestly, they're all great. So right now I'm gonna use the Mally one, and this is universal, so the harder you press, the harder you press, the darker it is. Use this for the tail end because I like to have a super thin tail end. I've tried to do a thicker one and it just doesn't look good in my opinion. Really the last step, I'm not one of those girls that does like, this is like enough steps for me, to be honest. I'm using this is what I like. I like it because it's super pigmented and it'll clean up and not just look muddy when I want to clean it up. So this is the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. This is really good for your under eyes too if you want to use it before your concealer, if you have bags or super dark circles. This is in light medium, looks like this. Take a MAC 212 brush, 212 brush, and I get a tiny bit of product, and I don't know if you can see that, and I just clean up underneath and anything I need to do on top if I haven't made them symmetrical, or as best I can. And then I just drag it down so that it blends. And then same thing on the top. I feel like I went a little bit too high on this side, so I'm going to kind of even it out. And then over on this side, I like to clean that up a little bit. This is the end product of how I do my brows. I hope that it helped you guys. It's the best advice I can give you is to outline your brows first and then shade them in, and to be heavier handed on the bottom outline and lighter on the top. You don't want it to be so harsh. So that is it for my brow tutorial, and I'll see you guys in my next video.